speech prepared 4 years ago pa. So it was year 2014. I was new at my work in BPI. Then Siobe was living with me in Manila as she was taking up her master's in UERM. So during this time, she was actually heartbroken from her second boyfriend. And I was aware of her depression then. So as part of trying to cheer her up, I promised her that when she finds the right man and she will, a person who would make her happy, I promised that I would make a speech for her wedding. So here I am. So for those who don't know me, I'm Mel Stephen Sia. Most of my friends call me Mel. At home, I am Balong and I am Siobe's older brother. So I am older than Siobe by 1 year. So with that, I guess na I have the most memories with her among all my siblings. I could also say na she is my closest sister, although I don't think I am her closest sibling. I think that is Kandoy for most of her life. But then that's the thing with Siobe. She's closest with every one of us in the siblings. It's part of her charm. It's part of her gift. And this also extends even outside the family. Kay, I think there was a time during 4th year, I was paired up with their class for intrams and nakurat na lang ko nga akong friends na po niya. Naa sila picture sa Ramasola. Unya ako, wala ko picture sa akong mga classmates sa Ramasola. So, I think it's part of her charm nga ma-friends niya og dali ang other people. So, being the baby of the family, si Siobe has this innocence. Or maybe more aptly, a certain degree of naivete. She seems lost at times. So even Ama commented to Kandoy that she was worried that Siobe would go to college because she told her, nag-goal ko nga mo ato si Siobe sa Cebu kay tanga-tanga. I also remember Ama telling me na, and I haven't told anyone this in the family, she told me when Siobe was in 3rd year high school na, tanawa si Siobe, o sige, og tuon, pero wala na honor. But then, when she was in grade 4, she even failed her computer class. She got a 74 during grade 4. And then everyone in the family was teasing her na, hala, Siob, dili ka makaabot o grade 5, mag-summer ka, mabilin ka. Ninghilak siya ato sa car. But then the next grading period, her grade was 91. Okay? I guess she could prove Ama wrong also because in college she was more than capable of independence and was doing really well in school. She graduated magna cum laude, an honor that I nor any of us siblings were very far off from getting. So this proves that Siobe is not perfect. She may fail at times, but the important thing is she makes up for it and bounces off the pages with flying colors. So now let me move on to Siobe's love life because I think it's quite interesting. So I think among between me, Kandoy, and Tintin, I think I know most about Siobe's love life. So she wasn't really open about them at first, but then I remember that she had her first 2 boyfriends in high school, but then she doesn't consider them as the real boyfriend. Kaya nakiusor ako na siya ato. So the first one, it was about 2 weeks lang, and then the second one was 3 days. Okay? Sakto ba? The first one was 3 days there, and the second one was 2 weeks. And I think one of them was invited, but is not here. Kaya murag sakit ko na siyang dughan. Okay, but then her first real boyfriend happened in her college days. Nobody in the family knew about it because she kept it hidden, and I think I think she only admitted it to me when it got all shaky. So I remember during this time I was suffering from insomnia, so I would stay up until 6 or 7 a.m. and I have to go to work at 8 a.m. in the morning. Then I received a text from her. She texted me, "Long mata na ka?" Then I replied right away because I got worried because it was 6 a.m. So I asked her, "Yes, nga naman, okay ra si Papa o si Mama?" Then she answered, "Oh, okay naman sila Mama o Papa. Pero na ako'y problema, bahin og laki." So I can't believe I was receiving a text so early in the morning from my younger sister because of a guy. So I answered, "Buang ka Siobe." Sayo aman ka sa buntag ng problema og laki, matog sa ko. So later on that day, she got back to me and told me about her guy problem. And she told me that she's already talked to mama about it. It still didn't work out, but then I think mama already said very comforting words to her. She told her na, ayon na lang nahibaw-an nimo nga gabinuang siya karon kesa sa mahibaw-an nimo og minyo na. The next boyfriend, the second one, was actually a guy she met during a trip to Europe. So I met this guy. He was a doctor in Manila. So right from the start, I have a feeling na it wouldn't work. Not because the guy was a jerk, but then because he was a doctor. So someone starting out to be a resident. So an aspiring surgeon. So I have several doctor friends, and I know the pressure and stress they go through. So I had a feeling that it might not work out. So it was initially happy for them. I was initially happy for them and even had dinner with the guy. But then the problem started manifesting. So it became difficult for them to meet, difficult to even talk. So I told her na to break it off. So now I don't quite understand why why people leave Siobe behind. Because from what I just said a while ago, she's actually very, very likable. She is easy to be with, very adaptable to different groups of friends, and not high maintenance at all. So she loves going on trips and adventures. She's very funny and stylish, and yet she ends up with people who leave her behind. And so that's why I told her, if you find someone buotan and gets to marry that person, I would be speaking at your wedding. So here I am. So there are two more important things that I would like to share. These are my personal experiences with Siobe that I promised I should be sharing to everyone. So the first is a personal experience with Siobe and the rest of my family that I want Moy Moy and his family to know. So this was during the last few moments when our grandmother, was still alive. So she was admitted in St. Luke's in Manila. So those 2 to 3 months have been life-changing for me. So not that it had drastic effects, but it affected me in ways nothing has ever before. So those months has been very difficult. Sorry. So I usually spend around 2 to 4 hours in the hospital when I get the chance because I was working there. So, and when I get home after my visit kay ama sa hospital, I get extremely exhausted from the emotional struggle of seeing her in the ICU that way. So I was even happy that there was work so that I would get a valid reason to escape from the hospital because it was that emotionally draining. So at least that way, but for Siobe and Lindy and Kandoy, who was also there, they were there almost the entire time. So it was like a full-time job for them. They were there the first 2 weeks when they thought Ama would stay for only a short time. They crammed themselves in a small couch, sleeping with their legs up against the wall, just so both of them would fit in that small couch beside Ama. Later on, when they found out that Ama had to stay longer, they spent their days looking for cheaper places to stay, shopping for cheaper medical supplies, talking to doctors and nurses, talking to Ama, changing her diapers, praying the rosary with her, making her last days as comfortable as they can make them be. Everything they did is all about taking care of Ama and how the family can minimize the expenses. They hardly get breaks, and I remember that they even feel guilty to have watched a concert or a movie, which I think they totally deserve that time. I have not thanked them enough for the sacrifices they made for Ama, and I swore that one day I'm going to thank them and make the people know of their sacrifices and goodness. To Lindy, I think Siobe made a very, very horrible speech during your wedding. I think you deserve much better, and Ninyo, you are very lucky to have Lindy for a wife, and I hope you appreciate the kind of woman she is. The kind that's willing to sacrifice for family. And to Moy Moy, I also hope that you would appreciate Siobe too. Because as you will become part of our family, I hope that you will realize how important family is to us. how much we value family, and family will always be there for us. That despite differences, we will not give up and we will always try to reconcile with them and do our duties to the family anyway. The second thing that I wanted to share is something I learned from Mama naman. So which I want Siobe and Moy Moy to understand and to apply to their own family. So it's something I've experienced for the longest time but never fully appreciated until recently. So it is the importance of the name. The family hasn't really been fond of Mama, of being in politics. So we weren't supportive when Mama first decided to run for councilor in Calape. So she won and served her first term, and I think she was able to do a good job because people really liked her. The more people got to know her name and wanted her to run again. But then, when the next election season approaches, almost everyone in the family would express their disapproval, even when several people in Calape would urge her to run again. And Mama told me na she's not just doing this for her, she was doing this for the family. She serves the office to give the family a good name. So I don't usually go out of the house and I hardly mingle with anyone. But there were several times now when I just had to be introduced as anak ni Manol Sia, anak ni Ahok Sia, or apo ni Siatek Guat, or apo ni Inday, that I instantly get a warm smile and hello, as if I've done something good already to them. So it was just by virtue of being a son or a grandson to them that I instantly get this special treatment. And I think it's a true gift that I've been experiencing since I was a kid, but has been taken granted all these years. So Siobe, you have always been everyone's favorite in the family. Mahuan na, sorry. Everyone